Welcome in live broadcast as we get you set for Saturday afternoon baseball. Now the star of the show, Jonathan Baker, and he is always good. Welcome in, Jonathan. Thank you, Bob. Welcome in, one and all, everybody, to our live broadcast here on this Saturday afternoon. It is the fifth game of the six-game set between the visiting Frisco RoughRiders and your San Antonio Missions. Today we'll be playing two seven-inning games with approximately 30 minutes in between. Two teams continue the series today at a time to be announced. And so far, just stay around and we'll have more baseball after the game. Stick around. We got the best fireworks show courtesy of Bud Light and Dr. Pepper. Well, fans, get out your scorecards as we present today's starting lineups here for Game 1 for the visiting Frisco RoughRiders. Leading off in shortstop, Jonathan Ornelas. Batting second, Justin Foscue. He'll be at second base. Foscue was second. Batting third, the third baseman, Josh Young. Young at third. Carl Chester will be in right field, batting fourth for Frisco. Chester at right. Steele Walker, the left fielder, will bat fifth in the lineup for the RoughRiders. Walker in left. Julio Pablo Martinez will be in center field. Pablo Martinez in center. Ezekiel Duran will be the designated hitter. Duran, the DH. Dustin Harris will bat eighth as he'll be at first base. Harris at first. Batting ninth in the catching duties, rounding out the batting order for the Frisco RoughRiders, is David Garcia. Garcia catching. On the mound for Frisco today, Jake Lotz. Lotz, today's RoughRiders pitcher. Now the starting lineup for your San Antonio Missions. Leading off in shortstop, Aggie Rosario. Rosario in short. Batting second, C.J. Hinojosa will be at second base. Hinojosa as second. Joshua Mears, the right fielder, will bat third in the San Antonio lineup. Mears in right. James Wood, the center fielder, will bat fourth in the lineup for the Missions. Wood in center. Esturi Ruiz will be the first baseman. Ruiz at first. Augustine Ruiz will be the designated hitter. Ruiz, the DH. Olivier Basabe will be the hot corner third baseman today, batting seventh. Basabe at third. Thomas Malone will be the left fielder as he bats eighth for San Antonio. Malone in left. And batting ninth, round out the batting order for the San Antonio Missions, is Brett Sullivan. Sullivan catching. Rosario, Hinojosa, and Mears, your first lead on three. Wood, Ruiz will be your middle three. Basabe, Malone, and Sullivan round out the batting order for the Missions here this afternoon. And on the hill is a right-handed pitcher, Jesse Schultens. Schultens, today's Missions pitcher, and that's the starting lineups. Saturday afternoon baseball is live and on the air on the show. Today, the fifth of the six-game series between the Frisco RoughRiders and the San Antonio Missions. Live baseball coming up right after this. A right-handed pitcher, Jesse Schultens, will take the mound in the game The first one we have here today. So far, Bob, what do we know about Jesse? Well, he's got a good arm strength as a right-handed pitcher. He's knowing the duties of being out there on the hill. Getting strikeouts is key to winning today and into the second as well. Now here is the shortstop for Frisco, Jonathan Ornelas. As we start up here today on this Easter weekend, let's play ball. First pitch by Jesse, and underway as that one is well inside for a cold strike, and the count 0-1. Today, 2 7-inning games, 30 minutes in between for both sides to rest after this first game. And the pitch in, that borderline pitch, and the count now is 0-2. After game 2 tonight, make sure y'all stay around, because we got the best fireworks show courtesy of Bud Light and Dr. Pepper. Here's, and that one's going to be well hit high in the air. Malone cannot get there, and that's going to be a man in scoring position. And the RoughRiders will have a runner at second on a no-out double. That's going to bring in Justin Foscue. Foscue coming in, and that's going to be line high in the air in the right field. That will go foul. Great home crowd, temperature-wise 96 degrees, partly cloudy. So far it is hot. Got a lot of fans in their shorts and t-shirts. I don't blame them, because evidently you don't want to wear warm-ups when it's hot out here. Right there, no balls, 2 strikes. So partly cloudy skies. So far it will change as we get into the latter part of the evening. Cloud cover will intensify as we get to nightfall later this evening. And that one right there will be in the count 0-2. So far no rain as of this week or next week, but we certainly need it. And right there, swinging and a miss, and that'll be the first strikeout for Jesse Schultens. And there is one away. Here is Josh Young. 1 on, 1 away. Top of 1 for Frisco here today. And that one is a cold strike. The count now is 0-1. Well, today everybody plays a doubleheader, because everybody knows tomorrow is our off day. Monday, road travel day. Missions head to Amarillo. 6 games starting Tuesday morning versus the Sod Poodles. And that one's going to be right there. Can he get him? No. He's at third on a passed ball and wild pitch. And now the first run of the ball game is 90 feet away for Frisco. So 11:05. Matt Scampy and Chris Singleton will be with y'all. Live early Tuesday morning, 11, our live stream time. And that's going to be hit high in the air right there in right field, as that will go out of play in foul territory. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Today, let's give you your ball clubs. Springfield at Arkansas. Frisco at San Antonio. Corpus Christi at Midland. Wichita at Northwest Arkansas. Amarillo at Tulsa. 1 ball, 2 strikes, and that's going to be lifted high in the air. Right there, Malone on his horse makes the play. Here comes the run in. And in to score the runner from third. And the RoughRiders will take a early 1-0 lead. And that'll bring in Carl Chester as he strides in. Pitch here. And that one's going to be hit high in the air. Mears over there in right field. Looks at it. And comes up empty on that one, as that one will go foul. Here's the 0-1. And that one lined up into right field. That's going to get in for a base hit. So a 2-out single with an RBI already running in to score in this half inning. That'll bring in Steele Walker. Walker coming in. And that's going to be a swing and a miss in the count now, 0-1. So far our game time today scheduled 4:05. We are now at 4:15 this afternoon. Glad all of y'all can make it out. Playing 2 7-inning games here today. Missions after the road series at Amarillo. Be back Tuesday night, 7:05. First pitch taking on the Springfield Cardinals. Texas League affiliate for the St. Louis Cardinals. Missions for Padres. Right there, 0-2 the count. No balls, 2 strikes, runner at first. 0-2, and that one's going to be hit high in the air. Right there, left field Malone has it, and that makes the inning come to an end. So it's 1 run on 2 hits, no errors, 1 left. Bottom of the first we go, and Frisco leads by 1. Jake Lutz coming in, ERA at 5.79, innings 4-2, 4 strikeouts on his reservoir. So far, so good for him as he starts on the mound for the RoughRiders. Now here's the shortstop, Aggie Rosario, coming in and looking good. Pitch here, outside, 4-seam fastball, 1 ball, no strikes. Frisco in their road grays, red letters and red numbers. Don't forget little blue numbers that are inscribed on the chest. And that is pretty much in front of the jersey that is in front. So 2 balls, 1 strike to Aggie Rosario. And the pitch. And that's going to be lifted. High fly in the air. Right field runs after it. Makes the play. And there is 1 away. Well, let's take a quick pause as we get you the starting lineups for our home side. So far, Missions winning last night by a final score 3-1. Missions 5-2. Frisco 3-3. And looking to win this one. CJ Hinojosa striding in. Last night he walked off a home run. 2 men down. I can't believe what he just did, but evidently he was the man that won, breaking the tie and making fans going home happy. Well, it's the thing, John. It was the best ball game that we ever saw in Texas League history. Right there to third, and there's 2 away. So Hinojosa goes down on ground ball. And that'll bring in the right fielder, Joshua Mears. Two away, nobody on. Frisco 1, Missions nothing, bottom of 1. And right there, that's going to be a outside ball, and the count now 1-0. Pitch here, and that's going to be lifted high in the air. Right fielder runs it down, makes the play, and that's the inning. No runs, no hits, no errors, and nobody left on. Top of 2, Frisco leads by 1. Center fielder, that is Julio Pablo Martinez, will come in. Start the top of the second for the RoughRiders, in for a strike, and we're underway. It's a count now 0-1. Missions doing good. here this afternoon. Making sure that everybody will stay around 2 7-inning games. 30 minutes in between to get rest and back on the field after that to start another 7. Right there, high in the air, Wood makes the play, and there is one away. Here is Ezekiel Duran. And the pitch. And that one's going to be lifted high in the air. Joshua Mears in right field makes the play. And there's 2 away. So 2 quick outs here in the top of 2. And that'll bring in the number 8 batter, Dustin Harris. Harris coming in. Looking good. 1-0 RoughRiders. And that one going to be too high outside. 1 ball, no strikes. So go ahead and give you some scores from yesterday. We're going to start off with Corpus Christi at Midland. Boy, I tell you, it was a high-scoring affair. 15-11 Corpus Christi. That was a pretty good ball game. And they played 12 innings there at Midland.
2 balls, no strikes.
So far, so good. So, Springfield gets beat by 1 run with the Arkansas Travelers coming in. Final 6-5. Doing really well. Right there, swing and a miss. Correction, 3 balls, no strikes. I do apologize. Thought he went after that, but my bad. Home plate umpire is holding up 3 balls, no strike sign. 3-0. And in for strike. 3-1. Three and 1. And in for strike 2. So full count now. 3 balls, 2 strikes, 2 away. Nobody on, top of 2. Here this afternoon in the Alamo City. And that's going to be hit right to Basabe at third. And that ends the half inning. No runs, no hits, no errors. And nobody left on base. We go to the bottom of 2. And it is 1-0 RoughRiders. Here is the center fielder, James Wood. He strides in. Pretty afternoon, partly cloudy, winds blowing, got a slight breeze. 96 degrees, 4 more, and it would have been straight up 100. And that right there is going to get down for a base hit. And that's going to be a no-out double. And courtesy of that no-out double, lucky fans in section 203 will get cleaning wipes courtesy of that double. Here is Esturi Ruiz. He strides in. Tying run at first, nobody out. And that's going to be lifted high in the air right there. And that's going to get down for what is extra bases. Running hard. And uh-oh, he better go back. And he is out at second. And he was left on the clothes hanger to dry. Bad mistake there, as he should have stayed at second for a double. And another lucky section would have had cleaning wipes too if he didn't get tagged out. Here's Augustine Ruiz. He strides in. Here's a pitch to him, and that's going to be lifted high in the air. Right field running after it. Cannot get there. And that's going to get in for extra bases. Agustin Ruiz makes it to second, and there is the double. And right there, 205 will get clean and wipes on that Agustin Ruiz double. And now here is the hot corner third baseman, Olivier Basabe. Basabe coming in, 1 on, 1 away. Bottom of 2, and we are deadlocked at 1. So looking pretty good here this afternoon. Mission's got the tiebreaker run at second. That is Agustin Ruiz. Pretty good ball boy out there. Prospect for Padres. And right there, right from the pitcher to first, and he gets them, and there's 2 away.
Batting 8, the left fielder, Thomas Malone.
That'll bring in the left fielder, Thomas Malone. Malone coming in, looking sharp. Runner at second, 2 away now. And the pitch, and that's going to be line right there to second. To first, and that ends the inning. 1 run, 3 hits, no errors, and 1 left. We played 2, and we are deadlocked at 1. Now batting for the Frisco RoughRiders, David Garcia. Top of the 3rd inning. And looking to get the tiebreaker run from getting in and scoring. No balls, 1 strikes. Here's pitch, and that is going to be line high in the air. Right there, Mears going after that, and he's going to have to let that one go. No balls, 2 strikes. And that one hit high in the air, gone. As that will hit the foul pole, you hear the doink. And the RoughRiders getting in and pretty much celebrating on that solo shot by David Garcia. That was a really loud doink. And you could probably hear it right here. Doing. Well, I guess they didn't do it, but they slowed motioned it. And now here's Jonathan Ornelas. RoughRiders 2, Missions 1, top of 3. Nobody on after the David Garcia solo shot up in right field. So far, so good, Bob, right? Yeah, it's been a really good day. I mean, if Frisco can win at least these 2 games here today, they could go home happy. Yes, that is right, Bob. Frisco will play Tuesday night, I shall say, about 7:05. Playing the Northwest Arkansas Naturals there at Statesman's Park. Here's the 0-2. Right there, swing and a miss. And that is 1 away on the strikeout. Jesse Schultz retires the leadoff batter. Now here is Justin Foscue, strikeout in the first, 0 for 1. Looking good. RoughRiders got a upper hand in this one, and continuously they should keep the upper hand going if winning this ball game and the next ball game is in today's agenda. Right there, curveball. No balls, 2 strikes. Great fans here today. Shadow coming behind the should I say the backstop. I mean, there's where it starts. You're probably thinking, well, I don't know what that's called, but we always got to remember that 2-word, backstop. And that's going to be right there. Hinojosa, right to first, gets him down. And there is 2 away.
Now batting, third baseman, Josh Young.
Here is Josh Young. Sacrifice fly last time up in the first inning. There's pitch by Schultens. And that's going to be swung on and missed. Well, he's jumping out of his pants right there. So the count now 0-1. 0-1. Here's the pitch to Young. And that's another swing and a miss on the borderline pitch. And the count now 0-2. 2 away, nobody on. Top of 3, Frisco leads by 1. Here's pitch. And that's going to be hit high in the air. Second baseman Hinonosa makes the play, and that ends the inning. Well, got to give another shot at this home run by David Garcia. Bottom of the third coming up. RoughRiders lead it 2-1. Now batting in the bottom of the third is Brett Sullivan. 9, 1, and 2 hitters due up for the bottom third. Bottom half of the lineup going to the top of the third. Or top of the first, I shall say. Right there, curveball. In for a strike. Sullivan makes his debut appearance for the Missions. And the pitch. That one right there. High fly in the air. And that will go out of play and foul. So that will load 1 ball, 1 strike. Home plate umpire. Pitch here. Swing and a miss. And the count now 1 ball, 2 strikes. Well, getting a little bit jumpy. Pitch here. And that's going to be lifted high in the air. Right there. Right field. Second baseman gets in the shallow right. And thinking he was going to reinforce that right fielder. Well, the right fielder has to call him off. And he gets the out in the right field area. Here is Aggie Rosario. Rosario coming in. 1 away, nobody on. And did he go? No swing. Appealed down to the first base umpire. Held up in time. That's a good sign. And that's going to be hit high in the air. Left field. Running after it. And makes the play at the wall. As he hit the wall pretty hard. And now here is CJ Hinonosa. 0 for 1. Line out in the first. Looking good right here. 2 away and nobody on. Right there, four-seam fastball. 91 called for a strike, 0-1. Pitch here. And that one outside the line of the strike zone. 1 ball, 1 strike. 1-2. And did he held up? No. Home plate umpire overrules the call. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Pitch here. And strike 3. Get him looking. And with that, the side is retired. No runs, no hits, no errors, and nobody left on. Top of the 4th inning. And Frisco leads by 1. Carl Chester coming in. Pitch here in for a strike, 0-1. 3 more innings, and then the Missions will get their first break. 30 minutes in between. And then another game after this. So stick around if you want. Missions coming for a doubleheader that will wrap up Saturday. There is no game tomorrow. Missions are on the road. They will go to Amarillo beginning on Monday. Playing Tuesday morning. 11:05. First pitch for the Sod Poodles and the Missions. 0-2. Right there. High fly in the air. Malone. will not get in that one, as that will be no balls, 2 strikes. 0-2. High in the air, out of play. So still hanging on, no balls, 2 strikes. Boy, if this guy looking for one to hit, I bet he can actually do it. Yeah, right, Bob? I will say that. Right there, curve ball. And the count now is a ball and 2 strikes. One and 2. Swing and a miss, and he'll get him down. And Schultz will pick up another one. And there's one away.
The left fielder, Steele Walker.
That's going to bring in Steele Walker. Walker coming in, pitch here. And swing and a miss outside the zone, and the count 0-1. Fly out in the first, 0 for 1 by Steele. Looking good and sharp. And that's a swing and a miss on the edge of that borderline call, and the count 0-2. I was going to say 1 ball and 2 strikes, but home plate umpire will overrule that call right there. Right there, high in the air, Joshua Mears will make the play out there in right field, and there's 2 down.
Now batting, the center fielder.
Now here is Julio Pablo Martinez, 0 for 1. Fly out in the second. Pitch here. And that's going to be high in the air. Right there to center field. Wood will take it himself, and that ends the inning. No runs, no hits, no errors, and nobody left on. We played 4.5. Frisco leads 2-1. Mission's right fielder, Joshua Mears.
The right fielder,
0 for 1, a fly out in the first. And the pitch right there, down and in for a strike, 0-1. 0-1. And that one's going to be popped high in the air. That will go foul, 0-2. And that is hit high in the air. Shortstop at third baseman has it, but the shortstop makes the play, and there's 1 away. So 1 high fly out in the way. That could have been called a infield fly rule. Evidently, home plate umpire did not call the shot to no avail. Make the call for that thing to go. Right there, high in the air, and the right fielder running after it. Running hard, and he's in a second. Tying run. And doing really good. Here is Esturi Ruiz. Right there, change up. That will be outside. 1 ball, no strikes at Ruiz. 1 for 1, double RBI today. Doing awesome here. Got a runner in scoring position at second. And the pitch, that's going to be hit high in the air to center field. Center fielder racing and tagging the runner from second, going to third. And he's in safely on a high fly to third. Now here is Augustin Ruiz. 1 for 1, double in the second. Another 1-2-3 inning. Mission's trailed by 1 run. Frisco leads 2-1. Here in this one. And in for a strike, and the count now 0-1. Tying run at third. Need a base hit to pick him up and get him home. And that's going to be hit high in the air, and that's going to get in. Tying run from third. And it is deadlocked at 2. Now here is Olivier Basabe. Basabe coming in, and that's going to be swing and a miss. Called by the home plate umpire, says he went around for strike 0-1. Ground out in the second. 0 for 1 by Olivier Basabe today, the number 7 batter. Going pretty good. Pitch here. And that's going to be line right there to left field. That gets down for a base hit. So 2-1 with 2 away. RBI in to score. Ties the ball game here in the bottom of the 4th inning. Mission's doing really well here. And that's going to be lifted high in the air. Right there, down for a base hit. As that will load up the bases. No chance in getting the bullpen riled up, but now is the time. Missions look for a grand slam, and that means anybody hungry, buy you free lunch. And yes, do that right there. Brett Sullivan 0 for 1 fly out in the 3rd inning. Bases loaded, 2 away. Looking for a base hit. They'll get some runs in. And that's going to be right there. Right to first to get them down easily. They will tightrope out of danger. 1 run on 2 hits, no errors, and 3 left on. As we go to the top of the 5th inning, we are tied at 2. Ezekiel Duran will come in 0 for 1, fly out in the 2nd. Pitch here. And that one will get fouled off, and the count now 0-1. 52 by Jesse Schultens here this afternoon. And doing really well. Here's a pitch that's going to get outside, fouled it away, and the count 0-2. Cloud cover doing good, but still hot, about 96 degrees. Fans watching the ball game. Great home crowd, a homestand of 6. 5 of 6 today. Our next game is to be determined. And it might be at 7:05. Right now it is 5:35 in the afternoon. So far so good. Missions look to get a win in the 5th of this 6th game. And right there, swing and a miss. Jesse Schultens picks up another strikeout. And now here is Dustin Harris. 0 for 1, pop out in the 2nd. Here's a pitch. In for strike. 0-1. Don't forget, after this 2nd game here today, we got post-game fireworks presented by our great friends at, well, one of them is a alcoholic beverage, Bud Light. Bud Light and Dr. Pepper, 2 proud sponsors for Missions Baseball. 0-2. Swing and a miss, and there's another one, strikeout number. I don't know however many he's got, but so far so good. Jesse Schultens picking up strikeout, strikeout, strikeout here in this first game of pitching. And now here is the solo home run, David Garcia. And we'll see if he could do that again like he did back in the last inning. 1 for 1, solo home run in the 3rd inning. I thought it was the 4th inning, but okay, I stand corrected. It's okay to stand corrected every now and then, but that's all right. Man, thank you, Bob, for that little wise of encouragement. And that one's going to be hit high in the air. Malone in left field goes after it, and he does not. And I say again, he does not come after that one, but he tries to. Tries to get that one high in the air. Wood makes the play, and that ends the half inning. No runs, no hits, no errors, and nobody left on. We go to the bottom of the fifth, and we're deadlocked at 2. Mission shortstop Aggie Rosario. 2 flyouts and 0 for 2. Doing good. Here's the pitch. That's going to be line high in the air to center field. Right fielder give a chase. He makes the play. And there is a quick out.
Now batting, second baseman, CJ.
That'll bring in the second baseman, CJ Hinonosa. 0 for 2. Strikeout in the line out. 1 away. Nobody on. Bottom of the 5th inning. And tied at 2 with Frisco and San Antonio. So 1 ball and no strikes. Lots for Frisco on the mound. Now at 45 pitches for his first 5 innings of work here. One ball, 1 strike. And that hits a short. Shortstop has to hurry. Makes the play with just a footstep to get him. And there is 2 away. That's going to bring in Joshua Mears. 0 for 2, fly out and a pop out. So far 7 innings of play. Looking good if either one gets the win here this afternoon. That's going to be line right there. Jump throw, and they get him. Right there, the shortstop makes a terrific play. And that one will go in the books as he'll get him on the high throwing angle. And that ends the inning. Well, John Scampy and Chris Singleton will be live at Amarillo beginning 11:05 as San Antonio at Amarillo playing the Sod Poodles Tuesday morning beginning at 11. Here's Jonathan Ornelas to lead it off. Here's the pitch to him, and that's in for a strike in the count. 0-1. Underway, top of the 6th this afternoon. Here's a pitch. And that one on the borderline pitch in the count now 0-2. 0-2 delivery. And that's going to be line high and foul. That will go past the reserve dugout. Here's the 0-2. And that one hit high in the air right there. As that will be fouled and away. Still remaining no balls, 2 strikes. Pitch here. High in the air. Out of play. 0-2. Still remains the count as Jonathan Ornelas. His pitch right there again. Fouls it off. And as you always know, stay alive. From the Bees Gees. They sang that song. Just like that one song I remember.
Now batting, the second baseman, Justin Foscue.
That's going to bring in Justin Foscue. 0 for 2, strikeout and a ground out. Now, if I remember that song from the Bees Gees, it's To Be a Woman. And I think I remember that one. That came from the classic film of Short Circuit. Here's the 0-1. Right there, high fly in the air, and that will go foul in the count 0-2. Yep, I remember the good old days. Good old days of watching live action shows, and pretty good ones. I remember way back then when my mom was around, we had Due South on TNT, Battlestar Galactica on Sci-Fi. We had Cartoon Network, Tom and Jerry. Yes, we had a lot of that way back then. Right there, Sullivan. Right to Ruiz. Gets him down for 2 away. Well, Battlestar Galactica, that original series was pretty cool. A lot of action. A lot of bad guys, I will say. Now here is Josh Young. Sacrifice fly RBI 0 for 1. Hey, Bob. Yeah, do you remember old shows way back then? Oh, yeah, of course. And what was the one that you always watched? Well, I watched comedies with my wife. You know, Betty White. Yep. Everybody knows Betty White. She was nearly 100 years old, but good Lord called her home 99 years old. Just about a few days, but they commemorated her on her birthday. She would have been 100. She lived a pretty good life, yeah, Bob? Yeah, she did. She loved pets like cats and dogs. Boy, I tell you, every pet owner should always love their animals, just like you, John. You love a dog. I mean, Love's new series. Yes, we could talk about Love's new series. I know it's the off season, but everybody just loves your show, Jonathan. Well, thank you, Bob. That means a lot to hear that from my friend. Well, right there, that will go to 6. 6 complete innings are about ready to come, and we go to the bottom half of the 6th. James Woods, the center fielder, will be up to bat next. Batting 4th is James Wood, 2 for 2, 2 doubles and 2 runs coming in to score. So far, so good. Bottom of the 6th inning, tied at 2. And that's going to be lined right there up into right field. That'll get down for a no-out single.
The first baseman, number 3.
That's going to bring in Esteury Ruiz, the number 5 hitter. Looking to get this game untied. Pitch here, down low near the dirt. The count now 1-0. Ruiz, 1 for 2, double RBI. Good afternoon for a lot of those that may be coming in. 6 o'clock is the time. And RoughRiders got Steven Valines and Noah Bramer, 2 right-handers warming up for Frisco. Even to start the top of the 7th. And that's going to be hit high in the air. Center field makes the play, and there's 1 away.
The batter, the designated hitter, Augustin.
That's going to bring in Augustin Ruiz, 2 for 2, double, single RBI. And he is 2 for 2. A pretty good afternoon here. Swing and a miss at that curveball as he swung after it. So the count now is 0-1. Pitch here, and that's going to be lined right there to second. And he, oh my goodness, he drops it. Could have been an instant double play, but the second baseman drops the ball. Runner safe at first with 2 away, and here is Olivier Basabe. 1 for 2, single in the 4th inning. Tie-breaking run. And did he go negative? He does not go around. I was going to say he went, but no, he did not. I'd be lying to you if he did. And in for a strike. The count now 1 ball, 1 strike. 2 away, 1 on. Bottom of 6, tied with 2. Frisco and San Antonio tied. Tie-breaking run at first for San Antonio. out there at first. And that one's going to be line high in the air. That will go foul. Foul ball. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Pitch here. Outside, evens up the count at 2-2.
2-2.
2 balls, 2 strikes. And that one loads up the count. 3 balls, 2 strikes. On deck is Thomas Malone. And that's going to be hit right there. Third baseman knocks it down. Right to first, and he is safe as he gets pulled off the bag. And that's going to be a fielder's choice on a base hit. Wow, and I say that third baseman, he made the right choice to lay down and stop the ball from getting past him. And that's the thing that they have to do in order to try to get the out. Well, here comes the Frisco manager. And that's going to do for the starter here today as he gets relieved out of this ball game. Responsible for both runners. And now here is Noah Bramer. 6'5" and 206 pounds. A right-hander from the Frisco RoughRiders bullpen. So far trying to get the final out of this half inning and get on to the 7th. Left fielder Thomas Malone strides in as he'll greet Noah Bramer. 1 for 2, single in the 4th. 2 on, 2 away. Shadow creeping in behind the home plate area. Yeah, looking pretty good. Right there, right to first, he gets him down, and that ends the inning. So it's no runs on 3 hits. No errors, 2 left. Top of the 7th, and still deadlocked at 2. Right fielder, that is Carl Chester. Coming in, a single in the 1st and is 1 for 2. Pitch. That one hit foul, and the count 0-1. Oh, and 1. And right there, the Schultz has it, and he makes the play himself in front of the mound for the first out of the inning.
Now batting, the left fielder, Steele Walker.
That's going to bring in the number 5 batter, Steele Walker. 0 for 2, 2 flyouts. Pretty good. Right here, high fly in the air, and that will go foul. So out of play. Time now is 6:35 on this Saturday afternoon. And the pitch. And that one's going to be hit high in the air. Right there to Mears, and he can't get there in time as that will get in for a right field 1 out base hit.
Now batting, the center fielder, Julio Pablo Martinez.
That's going to bring in the center fielder, Julio Pablo Martinez. Martinez coming in and looking sharp. Right there, in for a strike, and the count 0-1. 1 on, 1 away. In the top of the 7th, Pablo Martinez had 2 flyouts and is 0 for 2. And he's going. Here's the pitch. And he is out at trying to steal from first to second. Sullivan will nab him out. What a magnificent play. Runner from first at second gets tagged out. 2 down. So, boy howdy, that will screw you up big. And screw you up even harder if you had to get tied down and can't even make it. Catcher Sullivan, he did pretty good getting up in there and getting that second out of the inning. Well, right there, that will do as we go to the bottom of the 7th. No runs on 1 hit, no errors, and nobody left on. It's taking me out to the ball game, tied at 2. Brett Sullivan coming in, the catcher.
The catcher, Brett
Home plate umpire has to clear off the dirt off the home area. So far, so good as Missions trying to get in and continue what is going on here. 1 ball, no strikes. And that one's going to be lifted high fly, and that will go foul. 1 ball, 1 strike. Forget 30 minutes in between and another game after that 30-minute rest. High in the air, right field. Right fielder runs it down, and that is the first out. The bottom of the 7th inning. Aggie Rosario back to the top of the Missions lineup. 0 for 3 fly out in the 5th. RoughRiders could try to win in the top of the 8th inning in extras. And that one right there, outside, far and wide. 1 ball, no strikes. Game 2 coming up. And that one's going to be hit high in the air. That one is gone. And a walk-off home run. As Mission say, that is that. Aggie Rosario will win that one. And celebrating for the Game 1 victory. Boy, I tell you what, good ball game, right, Bob? Yeah, it's pretty good. As getting into this one, that one was pretty good. So we got more baseball ahead. Stay tuned as Game 1 wraps up our final in this one, 3-2. So we will be right back with another live stream coming up. And Missions victorious. They win it on the walk-off. And it was pretty good right there. For more, don't forget to also visit theshownation.com. So far, so good on that one. So another look at the final line score. Win goes to Jesse Schultens. Noah Bramer will get the loss. And James Wood is the player of the game.
For the RoughRiders, 2 runs on 4 hits, no errors, and they left 1 man on base. Game, 2 hours and 54 minutes. Thank you for joining us here this afternoon. And we remind you to please drive home safely.